Hello, we are playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition by Wizards of the Coast. We are using Fantasy Grounds for our virtual tabletop. We are using the sound program Serenscape to play lovely music and sound effects with. And also we are using the extensions from dulux-oz. You can find that on the Fantasy Ground forums. That allow us to do like weapon swishes and stuff like that, spell sounds, yeah. And we are playing a yet unnamed campaign, released by Wizards of the Coast. Highly, 50% I rewritten, and 50% is the module. So, anyways, where we last left off. We had a shortage of players, so so we did a little bit of side quests. Basically, they went in and found a child came up to them, and she needed help. And our two players, Malichor and Vhajjharma, went up and to find out what was going on. They found a cart with a man that his leg was trapped underneath the cart. When they helped the man, lo and behold, the oh wow, my camera's from that way. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it that way. I didn't know, I forgot I didn't get the main camera, so you guys are all gonna get side view of me unless I go like this. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Little side boob.
Yeah, side. And I forgot the camera. But anyway, so of course you guys were ambushed by a man that apparently likes to play cards, and he said he had a trump card, which was a big ogre down over a little cliff face that came up and attacked you guys. But you guys were able to defeat it with the help of Criella when she came in, and you tracked down the tracks back to their cave. And in there you found important information with a map to Riverguard Keep, and then it had a name on it, Jolliver Grimjaw. And
Sweet.
That's where we left off. You guys decided to take a full rest, so you're fully healed, and you can go wherever you want.
Right. Should we head to Riverguard and hold off on the spire?
Certainly could. How far away is that? About?
You said 2 days.
Yeah.
Right, Shawn? You said 2 days travel, right?
Where? To Spire?
No,
No,
to
Riverguard.
Riverguard.
No, it's probably about a day.
No, well. I think we should follow some of the breadcrumbs we have. At least check out new things.
Yeah. Probably not a bad idea. Since what I know of the name of the god that they were first sighting is not somebody we would probably want to deal with or tangle with.
Oh, at the spire, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, as angry as I'm at, the gods for destroying my tribe, it's probably good to keep me away from there for a while.
Yeah.
Especially if it's
who destroyed
with elementals.
Who destroyed your tribe?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's weather related, because they were buried in mud. But so far, this is dealing with wind and a lot of different weather issues. So maybe they're connected. I don't know.
Yeah. You got me.
But I guess we could use this as a base camp, so we don't really. We can pack up the stuff.
It is.
Yeah.
It is well hidden.
Okay.
Probably not a bad idea. And you can get us back here, so it's not like we have
Yep.
to worry about.
Well, now that we know where it is.
Right. What's in Riverdale? What are we going after?
River Guard.
River Guard. Sorry, Dale's different.
Yeah, different world.
We're not really sure. We're looking to see if there was contact with the delegation.
Yeah.
The dwarves were last seen in Beliard. So, and that's Riverguard Keep is close.
Okay. Onward then. I'm all for it.
Here, I don't know if you know where Beliard is, but I'll share it. There's like an... Not an area.
It's on the map?
Yeah, it's on the map.
Yeah.
It's kind of north and east of where we are.
Yep. Next to this, by the stone bridge.
Yep.
Which
We
when
haven't
you
been
go,
up that.
which when you go on the peak, you can actually kind of see it from here. Today's a nice clear day. So you guys are gonna travel.
Yes.
So can I get a 20-sided roll, please?
I'm not doing it again.
You're not gonna doom yourself, is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna let Mark do it. Like that.
Okay, you travel through like rocky terrain. You're about here. You're about midday. When you come up to like a high peak around there, you do get a good look at the Feathergale Spire off in the distance.
Are there any of the vultures out on patrols?
How do we know this is
Yes,
called
you
the-
do. You do see the vultures flying around the.
Did I miss that? How do we know it's called the Feathergale Spire?
Maybe I told you and I shouldn't have. I don't know. Oh no,
Okay.
no, that's not.
That's
not
fine.
True.
I just didn't.
We won't metaplay it.
No, the shepherd told you. He
Okay.
told you that's the old Feathergale Spire. There's some Feathergale Knights there, some stuff.
All right. Okay. Cool.
So he pointed. That's how you guys actually first found it, because you
That
guys
makes
took
sense.
a look and you said, "Hey, what's that there?" And he told you what it was. So
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, he told you. So you're about halfway. You gotta make camp. You're probably more towards the end of the hex. Do you wish to make camp, or do you want to press forward?
How is it you said?
You're halfway there.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
Oh, when did you take off?
Well,
I'm
you said it was
assuming
midday, so
Yeah.
we'll just keep going.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's midday. It depends when you guys took off. So, we'll say it's 12-ish.
Sure.
And then you continue on. Can I get another 20-sided roll, please?
Do it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. As you get closer to your destination, you come around two mountainous area. And let me see if I have a description. Out of an outcropping from two mountainous hilly areas, you see a small castle that overlooks the mighty Deserin River. So this river is like 500 feet wide.
Oh.
It's probably equal to something like the good old St. Clair River. It is from here you can tell it's pretty rapid and stuff. And a small castle overlooks the mighty Deserin River, which is a good half-mile wide at this point. Actually, it's bigger than 500 feet. Much bigger. A gatehouse and keep stand atop a low bluff, but the walls are built to the water's edge. On the riverbank, another low tower guards a boat basin where keel bolts are moored. The keep seems old and worn, but new timbers and shingles suggest that repairs are underway. A white banner with a blue gauntlet flies over the keep. The front gate is closed. And I think I have an image for you. I do. This is probably from the backside, but that gives you an idea of what you're looking at.
Could you say what the banner was again? White banner with a blue gauntlet?
Yep.
Okay.
And a white banner with a blue gauntlet flies over the keep.
Are we familiar with that? Or do we need to roll for that?
You sure do. If you wish to roll, it can be a history check or whatever you think.
Be very, very bad for me to try, but I'm going to try anyways.
I'll try as well. Oh, just gotta go in the tower.
Nice one, but wait. Okay. Kevril, you're drawing blanks, and Malichor, you're positive this is a unknown symbol. It's not a known symbol of the realms. So you can't think of any faction or any merchant or anything like that.
So is that common?
What's that?
Vhajjharma's gonna think about it too.
You say, is it common to have just nobles or whatever to fly their own banner and not really be known, or is that unique, something that would stick out?
You'd think they'd be registered as a trade entity or something.
Right, that's what I'm wondering.
You know what? I accidentally didn't uncover some of this. I mean, who knows, right? It's just like any worldly thing. There's many different people in the world, so it could be anyone.
Okay.
As far as you know. So is it uncommon? I would say no. It's not that uncommon, especially when you're coming out in the middle of nowhere to like some keep that people are repairing. So, and you can hear, I don't know if you can hear it in the sound, but you hear the sound of hammer falls and stuff like that.
All right. Does it seem? Can we see or hear a lot of people? Does it look busy?
Well, it kind of looks like what you see, so you know there's people in there working on it. You can hear, you can, from here, you can't really see movement from here. You're ground level, but you can hear all the hammers and stuff. I'm assuming you're far enough away so you're not really spotted or anything like that.
Right. So it looks like this. So, from my untrained eye, which clearly would be, does it look to be like this castle was in disrepair and people are putting it back together, or does it look like more like it was from a siege or something that attacked and that they're rebuilding damage from that?
You can roll a investigation roll.
Okay.
Because this would require like something to know about architecture and stuff like that. So.
Can I roll something that I'm proficient in? That'd be awesome.
It looks like it's been in disrepair from what you can tell. So.
Okay. So maybe we've got a recent occupant here. All right.
Does the banner match any of the uniforms that we've seen or that we've encountered in the last couple of days?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, I'll show you that symbol. I'll show you that symbol too that they were talking about. I forgot. I think I gave you a picture. Do I have it? I think I have it.
The pyramid with the X on top of it?
Yeah. This is the basic shape of it.
Okay.
All right.
When you get closer, I'll give you guys a different map, but right now you can only see that in the distance.
All right. Well, I imagine we'll continue onward.
Yeah.
Try not to look like we're a threat.
Are you guys just gonna continue onward in the open?
Yeah, I mean,
I'd say so. I mean, if it doesn't look like that's fort that's preparing for war, I'd say we probably can walk up relatively open.
Oh, I don't want to use that map. Allow me to get this map prepared. Oh, was there already a map on here? Must have been. Getting the map ready. There's one of the old characters are on here. I'll delete them. Delete them. Delete. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta right click to delete. Since Malichor can't lose his sense of direction, I give you the north and south information. Where'd he go? He went away. Okay, so let me give you a map. You can place your guys in the trail. Probably at the beginning of the trail, or whatever. And from here you can tell there's 4 towers. I'll kind of uncover them. That's like the roof area you can kind of see. A little bit. And there's the central part to the left.
The keep sits right basically on the edge of the river.
Yes. If you zoom out of the map, you can see the river there.
Okay.
On the edges.
Yeah, I got you.
And the river is a ½ mile wide.
Okay.
½ mile wide.
Yep.
Are there guards on any of the towers? Are there any patrols?
You don't really.
Does it
see
look
guards,
like there are any patrols along the grounds?
You don't see anything.
Does it look like there's any worn paths along the grounds or the edges?
You're on it. You're on the worn path. There's a little bit of worn path, but not that much.
All right.
On the edges. You wish to proceed forward? So basically the keep's main entrance features a 2-story gatehouse attached to a round tower. Arrow slits look out into the ground outside the gate. The gate itself is a double door of thick timbers reinforced by iron bands.
Okay. Yeah, if there's nobody there yelling at us or screaming at us, or we're close enough now, they definitely would see us, so.
Yep.
If we just go to the gate.
That was good. I mean, we're not here to cause any harm, so.
No, we're not trying to cause trouble.
Go to the gate. Can move your characters. This is a real-time map, man.
Sweet.
Yeah. Maps are nice. I'll look my maps. So, clattering sounds and muffled voices come from inside the gatehouse. Then a human warrior appears at the second-story arrow slit directly over the gate. You can't see much of him, but he wears a leather jerkin and has a black beard. Aye, who are you? What do you want?
I'll look to Malichor.
He,
Traveler is looking for a respite.
We're not an inn.
We also have some wares.
Another place.
We also have some wares to sell that I'm sure that an up and coming keep like yourselves would probably be interested in.
We don't need wares. We got everything we want. Now go away.
Can you help us find a better location across the river? Or can we hire out a boat?
You could just hear him mumble and walk away.
Oh, nice.
Walked away.
I mean, you can definitely hear people in there. I mean, you can always shout out, but yeah.
What's the terrain like around the keep? Is it something we could walk the perimeter, or is it pretty?
Yeah, you can walk around if you want.
You want to go north, or do you want to go around the south towards the river?
I think we go south.
Okay.
So we're gonna go meander around if he's not gonna be willing to let us in the front. Let's go see what the back looks like.
All right. I think this gate or this tower here is about 30 feet high, and maybe with the top it's about 40. With the roof, you can keep going.
Hey, I'll keep going.
Wait, did I just move you?
You're good.
Alright, you see an arrow slit there. And then you can keep going if you want. You can see, of course you can see the river. I mean, I don't have a full map, but just assume the river keeps going down. You see there's a cliff face that goes down to a beach, it looks like, from here in the distance. Maybe 100 feet away. When you go around... let me do something.
A giant dragon comes out and burns your face off.
Don't move yet, so. Spelled that a little bit wrong, but you got. Oh no, that's right.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Let's see.
It's a big keep.
No kidding, right?
It is pretty big. I'm not just uncovering areas that you probably get a better look at now.
Oh, and this is kind of the cliff face you're talking about?
Yep.
Goes down to the river. All right. I mean, I don't know if we have any motivation to actually try to break in or whatever.
No, I really want to just get an idea and see. So,
Kevril, you can roll a assessment of that. Be perception.
Perception, okay.
And are you doing it secretly? If you're doing it secretly,
Yeah.
then I need a hide roll also.
So stealth and perception.
Yeah.
In the tower or where?
Yeah, both in the tower. Yep.
All right.
I will whisper it.
No secret. Okay. How far away are they from me?
It is probably about a good 20 feet up, or 15, a little bit more than 15 feet actually. The arrow slit.
I'll if I know that they kind of know that I'm there, I'll kind of look up in their direction and say, "You could make this a little easier on us and just let us in."
He pokes out his head. You notice it's the same man that was talking to you. He has the black beard and stuff. Why are you snooping?
Not snooping. We're getting a gauge for how far along you are with your restoration and how we can best help. We said we had goods that would you might be interested in, and I know that your lord would be interested in what we have to offer. We could make it worth your while if you could get us in.
Oh really? Who's the Lord?
You tell me.
I don't think I should.
What harm could you possibly have with you behind your thick walls and us simple travelers? What could we possibly do? We're simply trying to help. I'm not sure why there's so much animosity from you.
And then you see a guy kind of walk up behind him, and he starts talking. All right, what are your names?
I am Kevril. This is Malichor.
And Vhajjharma.
And Vhajjharma, sorry.
He was about to say something.
I forgot she was there.
All right, come to the gate. We'll let you in.
That wasn't so hard.
And then you go to the gate, and you wait for a good couple minutes. You hear some chains, something being drawn up on chains, and you hear a bunch of clicking. I don't have any of those sounds, but
it's interesting that it's the same guys, so they must be completely undermanned.
I'm betting.
And then you hear some pigs, and then all of a sudden there's a door that starts to open. These are big wooden doors that has carvings on them that has long been destroyed, but it looks like it had a figure on it. I believe.
Like, you mean like a person?
Yes. Double doors, thick timber. Yes. It was old carved. It's hard to tell what it was, but some kind of humanoid figure. And
Okay.
you see the man that greeted you out front. He's like, "We need your weapons."
Understood.
He gets out.
I'm not going in.
He's got a large sack. He's like, "Put your weapons in here."
I'm not
Okay.
going. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, really? Okay. Then I guess we don't need your help. He goes and closes the door. You hear him locking it all back up and shit. and then it takes him a while, and then he goes back up to the arrow slit. It's by the door, above it, the door, and he's like, "Now go away!"
Clearly, some kind of compromise can be made here. You have to understand, you have us at a tremendous disadvantage, us being in your home, behind thick walls. You're expecting us to completely disarm ourselves. We have no idea what you have behind your walls. We're taking it on good faith, coming here alone to want to trade with you, and you're expecting us to disarm?
Just see if he'll rent us a boat so we can go up to the stone bridge.
Fair enough.
What? You want a boat? We don't rent boats.
Can we buy a boat from you?
We don't sell or rent boats.
We have plenty of... You
Damn it.
have boats
Look,
here.
if you want to talk to us, come in. Dolly said no weapons.
Fair enough. I will come in without weapons. My friends can remain if they prefer. I'm sure Vhajjharma would accompany me.
Vhajjharma can
such
go
a
in
pain
with
in
you,
the
but I'm not
ass,
going
he
to give up
says.
my weapons.
Okay, he unlocks the doors. You hear all these locks being unlocked.
Okay.
And the door opens, and he comes out, and he has a sack for your weapons. Your weapons will be right here.
I'll put mine in.
Okay.
Go
Do you put all yours in?
Maybe.
What do you put in there?
I'm looking. Hold on. Trying to think of what I may not. I'll put the dirks I have and the stuff that clearly looks like bladed weapons, the katars I have too, and I'll just hold on to my staff and just kind of use it as more of a walking stick, and you know, it looks like a piece of wood anyway, so.
Okay.
We'll see.
Please make a deception check.
Sure. I'm assuming in the tower, of course.
Yes, please. I mean, you'll probably know if you don't make it, so I don't know if it matters. He kind of eyes your staff, and he's like, Alright, go.
Vhajjharma will pass over one of her daggers.
You and your weapons. She doesn't even use weapons. Why does she care?
I know. That's what I mean.
Alright, she passes
You have
up
more than
one
one?
of her weapons. And he kind of eyes her. Can you make a deception check? Skills.
In the tower?
She's really good at it, so. It doesn't really matter. You'll know if he figures it out, so. He's like, alright. You can stay out then, for all I care, rot in hell. And then he goes and closes the door, so.
Very angry.
Boom. You guys can place your characters in there. So now you get to just play Vhajjharma.
Yeah.
Malichor. I mean, at least socially. And you come to a portcullis, so let me see. Front gate. And then he says, "Follow me." He's a short, but portly man, very muscular. Out here, you see 2 pigs grazing in the grass. They're oinking away.
How thick were the walls when we walk through?
Oh, they look pretty thick. I mean,
Right.
without you know, any ability to see through walls, you're not sure, but they look pretty dang thick, like castle thick.
All right.
And oh, let me put him on the map for you. Sorry. So when you walk in, you see a man. Let's see. Can use. So you see a man like passed out here. He has over by his chest. He's got a bottle over by his chest, and he seems to be mumbling to himself, passed out drunk. You can see from this vantage point. Let me uncover the tower, at least the outside of the tower, and kind of, because you can see like stuff above. So this is some kind of you know, house in there. These seem to be stables in front of you, the 2 doors.
Okay.
Anyways, he's like, "Hurry up! We don't got all day." And then as you're walking through, you see no, I'll just put these guys down, it's fine. There are 2 burly looking men walk around the corner on this trail, and they're talking to each other, and they kind of see you, and all of a sudden you guys hear it sounds like a moan, some kind of animal.
That was a moan?
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost human-like.
Okay.
So,
it's frightening.
yeah, and it echoes through the valley. Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Oh
Excellent.
wow, you're all logged in and everything. Nice,
Yeah, baby.
nice. I like your beard, your scruff you got going there.
You know, there was so much begrizzledness on this feed that I was feeling inadequate with my baby-like countenance.
Welcome to the club.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Marc's got us all beat, but mine's getting there. Mine's getting lumberjack-ish. It's getting pretty long. It's gross.
Winter time.
I don't have winter, so my shit. See, nothing. No winter. So anyways, let me recap where we're at. If you want, you can just. Oh, you probably don't have the character map. So you know what happened last time. So basically, they got a note from the bandits that said, had a name, Jolliver Grimjaw on it, and it had a map to Riverguard Keep. So they decided to go to Riverguard Keep instead of back to the tower, because he was afraid that maybe the name that he heard could be, you know, doomed from that tower. So it was about a day's travel to the keep. It was uneventful. When they got to the keep, they seen a keep off the Desert River, which I will give you that map to show you about where we're at. Okay, the big long arrow on the right there or on the left, I'm sorry, that's where the cave was. So you guys traveled, you know, about a day's travel. So it's probably about 6 or 5-ish when you get here, I think. In the evening, about to be sunset soon. And they came up to the gate, and you guys asked to be let in. They said go away, and then you guys went looking around the edge, and Kevril noticed that someone was spying on them when they went looking at the edge of the river guard keep. And he said, you know, it'd be easier if you let us in. And they started talking, and you guys offered some rares and some help for them, and they decided to let you in. So he said you got to give all your weapons at the front. It's this guy with a black beard at the front who's talking to you. He's kind of grouchy guy. And he told you had to give him all your weapons. He's got a sack for your weapons. He said they'll be up here on your way out.
I refused.
Yeah, Malichor refused and stomped off in his pouty ways.
Okay. Well, I will give up my short bow and rapier and maybe try and hide a dagger.
Join the club.
Okay. Can you roll a stealth roll?
Oh, of course I can.
Okay, not a problem. Just like, go on. And anyways, so when you walked in, you seen there were 2 pigs in the courtyard. Oh, I can't do that here. Roll20 has this really cool, like, when you click on the map, it does like a little ping. You just hold down the mouse button, and it's really useful. But so there were like 2 pigs grazing on the grass, and then up here where you see the person up on the if you want, you can drag your character down there. You're probably like right here with them. You seen a person that looked like they're passed out with some kind of looked like a devious bottle on his chest. And as you guys are walking, it looks like the in front of the pigs there are stables. It looks like. So this is some kind of, in the middle there is some kind of house. The main section is where you guys seem to be headed. And then around the corner comes 2 kind of burly men who are talking to each other. They kind of see you guys, and they sort of walk past you. So anyways, he brings you over here. So just follow the B that's the furthest.
Where did the weird scream thing come from that we can I try and pinpoint where that might be with a perception check? Where did it come from?
The weird what?
Guttural scream.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then you heard a scream, some kind of moan scream, like "Ah!" like that. Kind of sounds like it's coming from the valley and echoing around.
Oh, so it's not coming from the keep at all? Okay.
It's hard to tell. Can you make your perception roll? And then you can
Sure.
find out. You can pinpoint it better. Yeah, you think it's probably down the valley or somewhere.
All right, so I don't think it's in the keep. All right, that's weird.
But it does sound. It sounds fairly close, but it's echoing or something. Maybe echoing in the keep here.
From Vhajjharma's perspective, did any of the other men or guards react to that sound?
No.
Okay.
You can roll perception though if you want.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay, and he brings you over to here, so let me reveal some of the map. Hey, map. And then from here, you can see there's like a cliff face there. And you can see there's stairs down here, there's a boat.
That's interesting. So the keep's actually kind of, it's like a stepped approach then on that side.
Yeah, there's a whole cliff edge here. That's why you can't see like exactly what's down there, because it's a cliff edge.
Okay.
But from here, you can see there's a boat moored there. There's water.
Gotcha.
Like in line. The stairs going down. It looks something like that about.
Huh.
Oh, and then you can probably see this too. And this is the scaffolding edge there.
How wide is the river at this point?
The river is a half-mile wide. It is a very deep, rapid moving river. And you guys would know of the Desert River. It's a main river that goes all the way up to Yartar, I think, right? Yeah. Yeah, past Yartar. It's a huge river. It's pretty much impossible to cross unless you have a decent boat and or you can fly.
No, some of us can't do
Okay.
that.
And then you can hear people working. You can tell that this tower. I'm gonna move the little circle thing. Oops. Or not move it. This tower here is in ill repair, and you can see a lot of people there working on it. This tower here, that's the one on the right, on the top right. That tower looks to be in pretty good shape, and so is where you guys are heading. So he heads this way. This looks to be, this building here next to you guys looks to be some kind of church or something like that.
Any symbols on it?
No, but it's in the shape of a church, place of worship.
Okay.
You can see there's some broken glass, but they had stained glass in the windows. Are you following?
As we walk through,
Following
does it
Criella?
okay. As we walk through here, does it look like the interior is kind of just in a general state of disrepair? Then is that what it looks like, or does it look like, and they're slowly fixing it up?
It looks like there are definitely sections of the keep that are in disrepair. I mean, there's pieces where rocks have fallen out. You can see some of the stairs. Some of the rocks have, crumbled away. They need repair. The main one is the back tower on the bottom right.
Okay.
That one's the most in disrepair. Let me get Chuck the map. Or I mean the image of the place. Let me find that. Buried deep within deep. Get rid of that. I don't need that. So this is like an image from the back, and you guys are actually like right there.
Okay.
Okay, and he comes in, and he stops for a second, and then he stops and he kind of looks back at you. Are you following Criella?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay, I'll put you up there. Do you see the map? Do you see the main map, the Riverguard Keep map?
Yeah, I just had it zoomed out.
Oh, okay, no problem. I just put you right there. He stops. He kind of takes a second and looks at the door. He's like, I should tell you that Jolly, he's not so jolly today. So you best be on your best behavior. Got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he goes and opens the door. The door opens.
So, Vhajjharma's making sure that she's watching what the guards are wearing, what their uniforms look like, the colors and the insignias.
They don't.
Just for future reference.
Yeah, they don't really have any insignias on them.
Are they dressed similarly though?
Yeah, they're dressed in like leather jerkins and stuff like that. Their colors are mostly darker colors. Some of them have blue cloaks. They look pretty dirty, burly men, like worker type men, but they definitely have like a leather jerkins on.
Okay. Similar to the ones that we found
one
in the
guy,
in the
one
cave?
guy was bare chested. So.
Do they look similar to the ones that we found with the bandits in the cave?
Not really. No.
Okay.
They were more. They're more. I mean, they got weapons on them. But they were more armed. The other ones. These guys, a lot of their clothes are ripped and stuff like that, and they look dirty. They look like they've been working, most of them. So when you open the door, Malichor's checking things out outside. Funny. So this room is a great hall. You can place yourself just inside. This room is a great hall of the keep. It is 2 stories high with stone stairs on both sides of the room leading up to the stone balcony at the west end of the chamber. Heavy double doors lead east to the castle yard, while 2 interior doors open to the west. Arrow slits look out to the north and south. At the west end of the room, below the balcony, a large wooden chair sits behind a wide table littered with papers and disregarded plates. A second table, this one long and furnished with benches, runs down the middle of the hall. The walls are painted in green and blue, decorated with tattered banners showing nautical designs. And there are people in here too, so let me get that set up for you. Why do they give names? Alright, let me make some adjustments here. I just had to change some names. Well, don't look at the combat tracker because I'm just gonna put them up on that. Just so it makes it easier to bring out the guys, and I think they pop up automatically. Yes, they do. Cool. Of course, they would not be all in one spot.
They're not sitting in each other's laps.
Oh. We're all holding hands.
Did we interrupt something?
Oh, wait a minute. There's double of everyone here. I had already played this with another group, so there's a little messed up stuff. Okay. So, you see a couple things. We're going to start with the man on the stairs. This guy here, he, oh shit. Well, I guess I got both those images. So I will share some images on what he looks like. So there's a man that's in green, or that has green skin. He's a big fat fella with weird looking ears. He's just kind of sitting. He's looks like to be carving something. On the table there are 2 women that look like pretty much like that. They have a shark teeth sword at their side, and they're armed. You can see these 2 shields that are made out of like a huge sand crab. And I don't think I have a picture of this guy, which they should have made one, but whatever. I do not. And then you see, let me see if I get his description first. You see a man eating a apple on the end of his dagger. His feet are propped up on the desk that has all the papers all over, and he has a drink in his hand. He has a beard, a brown beard with some gray. He looks to be a very burly person. His leather jerkins are pretty ripped. He's somewhat dirty, and he's just kind of sitting there eating an apple, and he sees you guys walk in, and the two ladies get up, and they grab their shield and sword, and then the man that brought you in, and you can see the guy in the middle. He calls out, well, shit, what's his name? Wait a minute, let me find his name. Fuck. Holger! Who did you bring here? And Holger goes, these people say they have business with you, and they got goods to sell or some shit like that. Anyways, here they are. I'm leaving. And then he just walks out. And he slams the door behind him. And as he goes by, he kind of looks at you. He's like, good luck, demon. And then walks away. What can I do for you? And he doesn't even get up. He just takes a bite from his apple. I should. Wait a minute. I'm getting a fucking apple. I'll be right back.
We're getting method in here.
Right?
Right. So, Vhajjharma can message between us, I guess, but, so, we're just gathering information and trying to figure out what the hell the deal is with these folks inside, and then
why
whether or not they're
mercenaries.
Yeah,
right.
They obviously aren't the original owners of this place, so we're gonna have to play that way. That's what my intention is. Right.
But there is, if they are willing to deal, and we don't want to fight our way out, if we can purchase a boat and go north, that could be our in and out.
Mm-hmm.
You get a dagger too? Nice.
Yeah, it's just a knife. Who doesn't have a knife?
That's not a knife.
Wait, do I cut myself?
Don't stab yourself in the face. That would suck.
What is it you want? Holger says you got something to sell.
Or something to buy. We're looking for passage along the river.
You've come all the way here for passage along the river. Holger said you got something to sell. What is it you're selling?
What is it you're looking to buy? We have quite a few things.
The only thing I need is men to work.
Work on what?
The keep.
Is it hard to find enough people to man this keep?
The ladies sit down. They kind of eye you worryingly, and they go back to their game of cards.
You need men to man this keep, or you need men to repair?
This keep is in repair. Yes, we need people to repair. Can you repair?
You need skilled laborers, then. That can probably be arranged with our merchant guild. How many men are you looking for?
I don't work with guilds.
Oh, you need independent contractors. We can obtain those for you too, if you know what I mean.
You mean slaves?
That's not what I meant, but
we don't take slaves here either.
What if we could find you some mercenaries? They could help out.
Alright. That's what you came here for? Was
We
that
came
your
here to
only
find-
goods? Just to remind you, you guys are looking for the delegation.
Right.
Yeah. Keeping out perception on any.
Marc, you might as well play Vhajjharma, so.
Well, I am, but I don't really know what I'm doing.
Look, I don't got time for this. You got something to sell? Maybe I'll buy it, maybe I won't. You can get me men? Then bring men here. I don't work with guilds or anything like that. I need unsavory men. I need the kind of men that are willing to work in dirty conditions. Is that why you're really here?
Do you get many guests at your keep?
They come
Many
and
travelers?
go. He's still on the table, with his legs back. And then you see I'm not gonna put anyone on the map, but you see the door open, and then you can see a very plump lady come out. With she's wearing an apron, and comes out and goes, we're out of meat today. He's like, what do you mean we're out of meat? It's like, well, our supplies are kind of short, and they didn't really come back with much of a catch. We only have one fish for food. I'm gonna have to, well, if you like, we could use one of the pigs. That could be enough for everyone for a few days. He's like, no! Don't you know I don't eat pork, lady? Now get back in there and make what you got. We'll get meat later. And then he sends the lady off when she goes back.
Right. After hearing that, Vhajjharma's gonna wander over by the stairs. Well, she'll come over this way, but we have one of our parties is quite a good forager and hunter. He could probably provide you with some meat by the end of the day. That's something that will help.
It is the end of the day. We're gonna eat in an hour.
Well, we can see what he can provide. May I go wave him down?
Where is he?
Should be right outside wandering around. He's pretty stubborn like you. You guys share a personality trait.
He snorts it. He's like, alright. Why isn't he in here? Why is he out there?
He doesn't like to give up his weapons. He's a little bit of attached.
What do you want to do?
Oh, if I could go to an arrow slit and kind of wave him down, or go call to him from one of the towers, I could have him get some venison for hares, I'm sure.
Well, go up to the stairs. Let your friend know.
Alright.
You don't have to go no tower. They're off limit.
Towers are off limits, you say?
Yes, just go up on the side there. I don't know.
You don't seem like you get many visitors here.
We get some visitors. We get more visitors from the water than anywhere else. Why are you so curious?
Because I've mainly only ever been in the city. I've not been out this far, so I'm just curious.
What's with your wings? Do you fly?
Sometimes.
And you see one of the women say something to each other. They kind of snicker and they point and they start laughing. They pointed at you.
Uh-huh.
But Vhajjharma's gonna whisper to Malichor to have him forage for any game that's nearby, and then bring it to the front gate.
Okay. You go up. Well, did she know he was right there? I don't know. I guess she just took a look just in case.
Yeah.
So there is a top. Oh, it's not on this map. So the stairs go up. There's like a balcony up above.
Okay.
A walkway. So you go up there and you see there's I think there's 2 doors up there. I have a different map for that, but I'm just gonna assume she's up there. So.
All right.
All right.
So she'll share that message and.
Yeah, she can actually just send it out. It actually goes right to him.
All right.
Do either of those women have any jewelry
What's
on
that?
them or small weapons that are obvious?
Yeah, they got the shark tooth swords. Did you see the picture? Did you get
I
that?
did. I was looking
Okay.
for something a little bit smaller.
They got daggers on them.
Because I was hoping maybe I would repay their kindness by pilfering it from them.
All right, you'll have to walk by them.
I won't because I have an invisible mage hand.
Oh, that.
Yes, that.
All right. I mean, they can still see you cast it though. I think. Let me see what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Mage hand. Yeah, it's verbal and sermonic, so they can still see you to cast it. You can like turn around and do it. You know, just give me a. It'd be probably an arcane, no stealth roll to do it.
I'm gonna wait for a distraction.
Okay.
So. I'm just gonna keep
So
that in
while-
mind.
Yeah, while that's going on, if so there's 2 women at the table, he's sitting there in the chair, and then that big green guy sitting on the step, right?
Mhm.
Right there.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say, I apologize for us being so rude and abruptly entering and not taking a moment to introduce ourselves. Who am I speaking to? I'm assuming you're the Lord of the Keep here. What's your name, sir?
That I am. They call me Jolly.
Golly. And what are you known for in your keep here, sir? If we're going to provide a service to you and provide goods that could potentially move your settlement forward, I'd be interested to know what you're here for. What are you known for?
He's like, takes the apple. He's like, blah blah blah. All this talk bores me. Come up here so I can get a good look at you.
I'll walk up there so I can punch him in the throat. It's cool.
He kind of takes a look. Do I know you?
I don't believe so, sir.
Then
Where
why
have
do
you-
we need to have discussions like, I know you? If you want to eat, if you want to work, you're welcome to. Sit down and have dinner with us. But then you must work after. If not, I don't have time for this.
It looks like that's all you have is time.
Oh, is that what Vhajjharma says?
No.
Was I talking to you? I don't think so. No snide remarks. Next time it'll be your tongue. And he takes the knife and he kind of, watch me cut myself. He goes like that and just looks at you. What do you got hiding under those? Yeah, it's too bad she's not here because she would love this.
She'd be much better at it than me.
Yeah, we'll play her. Well, you know her better than any of us.
No, what do you say? What's hidden under what?
What do you got hidden under there?
More than you can handle, man.
I don't know about that. I can handle a lot.
It doesn't
Anyways.
look like you could handle anything other than that apple core.
If you're ever to work here, you want dinner, You come on the second round. The first round is served in an hour. Second round is in 45 minutes after.
So what kind of work do you need us to do? I'd like to see what we're in for.
What can you do, puny man?
Open slide, actually.
He starts laughing weird.
I'm capable of most anything you would need. Masonry, farming, whatever you'd like.
All right.
Carpentry.
Well, why don't you go wait? This guy here gets up and, he was kind of walking over. Oh, wait, why did I have that one? Sorry. Have the doubles on it. He kind of walks over and, says something in his ear. He's like, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Shit. Well, why don't you guys make yourself useful and go cook the dinner?
All right.
He points to the kitchen door, which is I'll just put the you guy there. Actually, he goes. He kind of looks at you. He kind of grimaces at you, Kevril, and he's like, "Right this way, kind sir."
That's what the big green guy says?
Yep.
He's very polite. All right, awesome. I'll follow.
Okay.
I'll go too.
All right. And he opens the door, and he kind of walks in. And then he plops a seat right here. There's a little stool, and inside here you see 5 humans. They are busily preparing food
without meat.
Yeah.
Now, how big is that?
Well, they
window?
got a fish, but that's about it. Not too much meat.
How big is this? How big is this window over here?
That is an arrow slit window, so it only goes it goes down to just a arrow slit. So what's that, like maybe a foot across or something, right? Maybe not even a foot, probably half a foot.
Yeah.
And he kind of sits there and he just watches you, and you see the people kind of there are, I think, three guys and 2 women that are there. There's a plump one, a skinny lady, and 3 kind of skinny guys they're kind of together. I can actually put them on the thing. There, I'll just keep them in the places they're at. It's totally fine. Yeah, that's good. There's the 2 guys are by the fire. They're tending to the fire. The one in the middle of the tables is a lady that just came out, and there's another lady by where Vhajjharma is, like preparing some veggies or something, and another guy over here in the bottom left-hand corner.
Is the plump woman that came out one of them, or no?
Yeah. She's. I wish I could just point to it like on roll 20. It's a little easier. Let me get a pointer out. So, pointer.
But she appears to be the head chef, cook, whatever.
No, she's right there. It's really hard for you to tell. I mean, you can try a roll if you want to figure it out, but
I'm not worried about it.
But you do notice that she kind of looks at you nervously, and she doesn't look at you in the eyes. And the other guys don't. The guys in the room, they kind of look at you and just kind of roll their eyes.
Me specifically, or us in general?
All of you.
Okay.
We're all a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And
So-
he starts carving something. The green guy.
Oh, he's whittling.
Yes. If you're wondering, the name is Ursnora. Or Urshonora. It's a weird fucking name. And let me send it to you, see if you guys can make this name out. The fucking names are all crazy.
Urshonora.
What is your name? Well, you guys told him. Did you guys tell him? No. He didn't
No.
even get your names.
Because the guy cut us off.
He's like, what is your names?
Urshonora. Yeah.
Ishnora, yeah. It's fucking weird names.
I'll introduce myself. My name is Kevril, sir. And what do you do in this fine keep?
I'm Jolly's brains.
How did you find yourself so far inland?
Are you're in there, right? Criella, or did you stay out?
Yeah. No, I went in.
But it's true. My people do go on the water. Very observant of you. Well, I'm not too far inland. The water's right there.
Fair enough. You have most of your company coming down the river?
I work for Jolly. My, aren't you inquisitive?
Huh.
Why don't you make your food? What is your name? I ask again.
My name
I'm
is
Vhajjharma.
Criella.
What? One at a time.
My name is Criella.
Vhajjharma.
Get it. He just goes to whittling what he's doing.
There. I'm not much of a cook, so if you excuse me, I'm gonna leave the kitchen.
He asked you to cook.
I'll go to that table. It's right in front of me.
You
and
can-
stand on the opposite side of it, so I can still face him.
Okay.
Urshonora. And I'll kind of.
you can move your characters around. Go ahead.
Alright.
Here,
I'm just gonna move over to the side, basically.
Make the
and,
map right there.
And kind of begin working, sort of. I'm just gonna randomly pick things
She's
up
like-
and chop them.
Wait, you're helping the lady, the big plump lady there. She's
Yeah.
got freckles all over her face and a big bosoms, and she's like, you're helping. Are you?
We're here to help.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't really need. I mean. Well, there's some rice over there. Why don't you get it? She points to you where there's rice.
Sure.
Can we tell what kind of dish they're trying to make?
They're making, looks like one of the guys is making bread, and the other one is cooking up vegetables, and, yeah, they're basically cooking vegetables. One of them's got a pot, is looking for a pot, and she's getting the pot, which you can probably assume is for the rice.
They
And
seem
she's
particularly
getting
skilled
water.
at what they're doing.
What's that?
They seem particularly skilled at what they're doing.
The ladies are skilled, the guys aren't so skilled. I mean, a lot of people in the world can, they know how to do basic cooking. It's pretty life essential skill. It's not like nowadays where you can just go get food, but
Are they doing it like it's just an everyday event, or do they look upset that they have to be cooking?
You can roll a perception check. Oh, oops, can't see it. Must look at it to see it. Too many things open. Okay, You can tell that the guys that are cooking are eager, and the two women look a little bit worried, and the two women don't look at you in the eyes. None of you, really.
Well, that could just be because we're a little bit different, but
Anyways, the one goes over here, she gets the pot, she gets the, they start just finishing off the dinner.
I'll walk up to the plump woman
She's
and
like, what do you know how to make? And she looks at you, she's like, oh! She gets a little startled.
I know how to improvise some meals and some seasonings.
Okay. We need sauce. So we need sauce for the rice.
I'll make a sauce.
Okay.
no. Vhajjharma's going to whisper to Criella and to Kevril and let him know that she's going to try to charm the lady, the head chef.
All right.
Okay. Are you gonna try to cast a spell to charm, or are you just gonna do like a charisma check charm? You're thinking.
But try to persuade her
Okay.
without magic first,
Yeah.
because I don't know enough about the guy in green.
Okay.
So, try to use whatever chatty, conversational skills, try to help her with the tasks, make sure that she's calm and that she understands we don't mean her any harm, but we're just kind of in the same situation currently.
Okay. She kind of looks and she goes, I don't think so, and then she goes back to her cooking.
Oh, that's too bad.
And she hands you like a plate of pickled radishes. She's like, get rid of the rotten ones.
Get rid of the rotten ones?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this guy goes and brings out some bread.
I'm going to attempt to use what street cooking I know to make a spicy red sauce.
Alright, you make a really spicy red sauce. Can you roll can you roll survive? That's survival. Yeah, survival is your cooking skill.
So
Survival.
Vhajjharma wants to be keeping an eye on the
You make the hottest
green
sauce ever.
on,
Delicious.
she wants to keep an eye on the guy that's whittling.
Okay.
How much attention he's keeping on the rest of everybody in the room, or if he's just focusing on his whittling.
He's looking at the whittling, but he keeps an eye on you guys. You can tell he's keeping an eye on you. I mean,
Does he have
walk
any?
in here. He was sitting out there. He talked to Jolly, and he went and walked in there. So you can
All
see
right.
him.
Does he have any tattoos or any other distinguishing characteristics other than?
He does. Let me give you his picture again. So he looks like that. He's got tattoos up his arm.
So as I finish making my sauce, I would love to cast Charm Person on this head lady. And I'd like to be able to disguise the vocals and movement aspects of it as just part of like cooking and talking to myself of making a really good sauce.
Good idea.
Okay, sounds good. Just make a. I guess this would probably be more Arcana check to see if you can get the spell off. While what's that?
Maybe I would love to try deception.
Yeah. Maybe it might be.
If I see her trying to do that,
I think it'll be both. It'll be Arcana because you gotta do the spell correctly. But how do you get the spell off? No, we'll just do deception. That's fine.
Can I help her? Can I help her with the deception? Can I run interference on the...
She didn't really tell you, so you don't know what she's doing, and she's not gonna tell you. So yeah,
That's true.
if she told you, then yeah, you could. Normally. All right, I don't think that's a problem, but he is keeping an eye on you, so I'm gonna actually have him roll. But probably was not gonna be a problem.
So, Vhajjharma wanted to use history or arcana to see if the tattoos on his arm have any symbolic meaning. Whether it be...
Okay, I seen the roll. That's what I figured you might do. He didn't seem to notice you, and you get your spell off. No one says anything.
Nice.
So what is your DC?
My intelligence. God, is it intelligence or charisma?
I think it uses your intelligence as your. But it's not. It's your proficiency bonus plus your intelligence. I think it's 8 plus your proficiency bonus, which should be what level are you? 3rd, which would be plus 2, plus your intelligence bonus is your DC.
That would be 4.
What's that?
So, be plus 4 altogether, so 12?
Let me see if it tells you on your... No, of course it doesn't tell you. That would be easy. Oh, no, it does tell you. So if you open up Charm Person, you open up the magnifying glass, in there it has your DC save.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
Oh, it's
calculates
wisdom.
it.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
12.
I will roll. Okay, you go to do it, and then there's a small like light that comes from your hand, but she's the only one that even seen it. And she kind of looks at you. She gets a little bit dazed, and then she shakes it off, and she looks at you. She's like, "Ah, okay, I'll work faster." She goes away. You didn't get her. She fucking rolled a 20, so whatever.
Wow.
It's all chance. Oh wait, no. The first roll was to see if he could see. Yeah, that was a 20. So.
Well, I can't do much about that.
No, you can't.
That's the only thing I don't like about that spell, but you can try again. I think do you have 2 slots, don't you?
I do. I'm not ready to try it again because I don't want to push my luck. But I think if you try and farm them a second time, you're at disadvantage with it. So
I'm going to try and see if I can get some information out of first Nora. So I'll just kind of pretend to be making food at the table there, chopping random things that are in front of me, kind of all that, and then just
she's moved. I mean, they're all kind of moving around. They're actually almost done, so they're getting everything together.
I'm just gonna talk over my shoulder, kind of as I'm working, then, and just say, "First, Nora, forgive me for potentially overstepping for somebody that doesn't really know you or your situation, but how is it that someone of your vast intelligence is working for a man like Jolly?"
You can see him twiddling. It looks like he's twiddling some kind of like stone. You're not really sure. You haven't seen stone like this. At least I don't think you've seen stone like this. So it's a little different. It looks pretty soft actually. He's making it looks like a figurine, what you can tell. And he kind of looks up and he's like, "Why is it? What is it you want to know? Why do you ask so many questions?"
As I said at the gate outside, I'm trying to determine how we can best help your fledgling settlement here. And I've always been one to want to work with the man who either is or should be in charge. And from what I can tell, I'm speaking to the right man.
Well, I thank you for that. I'm not exactly in charge. I mean, Jolly is, but look. Okay, roll a persuasion check, please.
Yep.
Okay, it'd be versus his. He's like, look, Jolly he's a tough man. As of late, Jolly's been a little bit different, at least in the last year, but Jolly he's a man of action. He knows how to get things done. He's swift and straight to the point. He's a man that knows the water, and he's here to bring back the keep back to its former glory.
What was
Jolly.
the former glory?
Are you talking to him? Okay, so you come up talking to him. He kind of looks at you, and he kind of eyes you weird. Can you make a precision check? Oh, that's pretty close. I'll see. Nope, you still made it. This place, obviously, I don't really know, but the place was obviously a great place. It's gone into ruin. It was one of the haunted keeps. We got rid of the beasts that were here.
What kinds of
Cleared
beasts?
it out, we took over.
What did you
Kinds
clear
of
out?
beasts. Fire-wielding mages. He kind of looks at you and like a hate and disgust look on his face.
It might have
Yeah,
been.
we get that quite a bit.
Well, it's about his thought of that, so not of you.
How long have you been stuck in the keep?
Stuck? We're not stuck.
Well, I mean, you're stuck here trying to refabricate. How long have you been here?
I'm fine here. There's water right across the cliff. I don't need to go anywhere. I'm fine. None of us are
Fair
stuck.
enough.
We can go. We send patrols out. It's fine. So do you really want to join us?
Do you have trade set up with anyone specifically?
Not too many questions here.
Well, I don't have any more questions. I don't have any more questions.
Perhaps those things will be answered with time. But right now, I don't know you. You don't know me. You want to work for us. Perhaps you should work. He goes back to twiddling.
Has Malichor found any game yet?
It hasn't even been that long, so it's gonna take you like an hour. At
Yeah.
least. You can make a roll, but yeah, it's only been like 10 minutes maybe.
And he already has a spear full of fish.
Yeah. Did you go fishing? Is that what you did?
You're on one arm and a
Well, I
staff
mean,
loose on the other.
You just need to roll a survival roll to get food.
well,
But
that
it still takes you like an hour, I think. Unless it says you can forage in half the time.
Yeah, I mean, I can forage and feed 6 people a day.
Well, it still takes you an hour. You still gotta go get the food. It doesn't take you 10
Yeah.
minutes. Oh, look at there's all these animals. They happen to be coming up.
He says he can multiply whatever he has.
Oh yeah, you're definitely finding stuff. So I wouldn't. You don't even have to roll. I don't think, because you can just find it. But it still takes you like an hour. So
All right.
you can tell me what you're getting and all that stuff. Anyways, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to talk to these guys forever?
I'm done.
No.
Yeah. I made my sauce. I did what I was supposed
You
to.
made your sauce, okay. He has the men and women bring it out, but he keeps you guys in here. So, anyways, so all the other cooks he knows, he just sits there and is like, sorry, but you just started. And they bring out food. You can hear a bunch of people come into the dining hall, and then all the cooks and stuff come back, and they just kind of sit around. they got stuff, some stuff ready, and they start making some things, but they're not in as much of a hurry. So, the guys are kind of sitting around. The girls are actually getting stuff ready.
Since I'm here,
So-
can I hear anything on the other side of this?
Oh yeah,
other
you
door?
hear people talking and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Would you like to listen in?
I would.
Okay. I'm not gonna put out all the guys or anything like that, but you get the idea. You can roll perception, yeah.
Do a perception.
I assumed you were gonna just do that. In the tower, please. Awesome. Okay, so you're listening in, and you hear them laughing and joking, and they're talking about today's work and how boring that must be, and then all of a sudden, one of the ladies, they're getting drunker, you know, drinking more and stuff like that. Jolly's there with them eating, and one of the ladies go, actually it's not ladies, Jolly goes, he basically makes a joke. He's like, one of the cooks wanted me to cook up one of our friend, or the pigs outside, and everyone just like spits up their drink, and they just start they start laughing and stuff like that. Anyways, they find that really funny. And they're just talking about the day, and then they start talking about the strange newcomers. Jolly's like, keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on them. I don't trust them. But maybe they could be useful. But if you see them doing anything suspicious, I want you to gut them. And they're like,
I'm curious what's going on with these pigs in the courtyard. That so
Pig rescue.
Piggy.
Pig
Mrs.
rescue.
Piggy.
Well, I think it might be time to make our leave.
Polymorphed Lord and
Take our
Lady.
leave. Maybe the former owners of the keep or the
Okay,
swine.
so an hour goes by. Malichor, you come back with food. You come to the door, and you come to the front door, and you don't know his name, so the guy with the black beard is there, and he's like, what can I do for you? I'm about to eat. What do you want?
Well, I'm about to eat too. Take me to the kitchens.
I got word you might
I'm
be
doing your
coming.
job for you, son.
All right, so you're willing to give up your weapons?
I didn't say that.
Then you can toss up the meat. We'll get it. Just toss it over the
All right. Hang on a second. I'm not going to give you my weapons, but I'll leave them out on the wall. Nobody touches.
Are you sure? You know he doesn't touch. Are you? What? Why would you leave them on your wall? Look at the weapons are right here. And he gets off his whatever stool he's on there to look out that window, and he goes and gets them. He's like, the guard's right here.
Fine.
See? He brings out Vhajjharma's dagger.
All right. I'll do it slowly. I'll drop my battle axe, my hand axes, my bow and arrow.
You're gonna leave it
my warhammer.
Outside the place?
No,
here?
I'm gonna leave them in the wall here in the.
Okay, you just leave him
walkway.
propped up against the wall. He's like, crazy. Giving it away. Alright. You leave your stuff. Do you keep anything?
I'll. No. No. I'm not. No.
Okay. Alright, he lets you in with the meat. What'd you get?
hopefully I got a small deer, some
You got whatever
fish,
you want,
maybe.
basically.
All right.
As long as it's native to where you're at.
A whale. Oh.
No whales.
All right. So they're gonna lead me through the courtyard.
He's gonna bring you through the courtyard. You see the 2 pigs. You don't see the guys there. You see the guy passed out in the scaffolding. Actually, he's up. You just see a bottle there, on the not scaffolding, but the, what do they call these in the castles? The sides.
Catwalk.
Oh yeah, he's on the You just see a bottle on the catwalk, because he got up already. And they bring you over, and they bring you into the kitchen, which now it's the second group. You guys basically made your food for the second group. Everyone just kind of looks at you. Jolly's not in here. These are all different people than the other ones. They definitely look scruffy and dirty, and they're super hungry. They're just chowing down. And they're complaining about no meat, and they see you, and they're like, meat! And anyways, you come in, they bring you in here. And you guys aren't allowed to eat on the table you can eat here. You're not allowed to eat on the table until this last group is done. So that will be about 8 o'clock.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting sick of being at the keep.
Yeah, we don't seem to be
not too fun, is it?
Not getting much of anywhere, so.
I mean, we gathered up some information that we can use for later. We're not going to raid it. We're not going to defeat it today.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that.
So you guys are talking about this right here?
Probably not.
I'm probably going into detail.
Alright.
I wouldn't mind going out and having a look at.
Your Snora is he's actually eating something right now, but he's still keeping an eye on you, so.
Well, let's just eat our meal here, and head out and see if we can collect the men for Jolly that he's.
All the cooks and stuff eat the meal. He's like, I'll be up in my room. Come get me when you're done. And he goes up. And then everyone is there eating. The 3 men sit over there, and the ladies kind of sit on the end away from them, and the men are kind of. One guy actually gets up and tries to sit over by the lady, and then the lady is really annoyed and kicks him out. So, what is dinner time?
Yeah, let's eat and then call it a night elsewhere.
So it's just the cooks in here, just the cooks, and are the 2 women still in here or not?
Yeah. The basically everyone, the kitchen staff can eat now. So the 2 women are sitting on your guys' bench, wherever you guys are, and then the men are sitting on the other side.
So, how many people do we see come and go from the dining hall?
Please make a investigation check, and you can get a fairly accurate number. They're gonna make me count.
Yeah.
Count that shit, yo. 4.
4?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Definitely enough. 8. I gotta count the totals, so that's what I'm doing. Right now we're at 8.
Then the 3 or 4 that are in the courtyard.
2 polymorph dragon pigs in the courtyard.
Right. Yeah.
Dragon pigs. Fucking dragon pigs. You did see in the big one, you did see a big fat lady that had some kind of weird gown on. She had gown made in some kind of maybe some kind of cloth or something like that. That was like in strands. It was kind of greenish in color. She looked kind of weird. She was a big plump lady, and she had a weird staff by her. You did notice that.
A weird staff, huh?
Yeah, a staff that was made out of seashells and shit like that.
Okay.
Seashell on the top. And she had like weird bumps on her face too.
Like a woad?
It was hard to tell from here, but you'd have to get a closer look. There's not a lot of light in here too. It's pretty dark. So 3, so there's 12, 15.
Can Vhajjharma make an Arcana check to see if she recognizes what the staff might be?
Okay, yeah, sure, why not? So 18, just 2 more. Probably about a total of around 20 to 24 people, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
That came in and out. That's not including these cooks here.
Right.
We could take them.
Looks, yeah.
With a proper plan, you can do anything. Ask Mr. T of the A-Team. Anyways, what are you guys doing? So you guys eating the meal.
Vhajjharma just making our
the women are
check.
talking too much. The guys are okay. Yeah, it possibly could be magical. Nothing she's ever seen or recognizes.
Alright.
Anything she's ever heard of.
Okay.
Well,
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
Yep. I want to take a hard look at the pigs as we walk by on the way out.
Good call. See if they have any tattoos or whatnot.
Tatted pigs, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are done eating, and the men say, "Come, gotta go see Rosa," or whatever his name is.
Rosa.
I don't know what's his name. Ursna or
or Shona.
Or Snora.
Or Snora.
we gotta go see Ursnora. He told us to bring.
Why?
You. He told us to bring you up. You heard him. He did. He said, "Come to my room."
All right. Then we'll leave.
We'll follow them up.
I think it's another map. I'll get it out. Because you might want to know. Second floor. We'll go with the player map, second floor. And we will cover that shit up. And we will. Out information. And then we'll share the sheet. So this is the balcony up above?
Yep.
Oh, I guess the arrow slit was on the ground floor. Oh, I see. Arrow slit ground floor, windows on the top floor here. So the guy brings you up and he goes to he goes to the door on the right. And he knocks on it, and then out comes Ursnora. And he's like, "Done?" He's like, "Yeah, done." And then he leaves. The guy that brought you up here leaves, and then Ursnora goes, "I'll show you to your rooms."
Okay.
Well, I think we'd prefer to leave.
What? Wait. You're here for free food, then?
We help prepare the food. and gathered the food. I think we've done
you owe
enough.
us, you owe us 5 silver apiece. What is that? It's echoing. Ah. Must have turned on the other computer or something. That was awesome. You owe us. It's not a free ride. You owe us 5 silver apiece. If you're going to leave.
How is any of this free? We helped cook and we developed and we brought in the meat.
All right, 2. You just burst out laughing.
I do. This man's a
What?
comedian.
Was it funny?
It was. It was. Your
Okay.
bargaining style is very swift.
2 silver. Or I'll just go tell Jolly he's in his room right now.
Tell him what?
I'll tell him that you just want to leave. He'll get pissed.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, we haven't quite had the welcome that we were hoping for here.
So 2 silver. He held out
Look,
his hand.
we can just take us to Jolly. We'll pay for our meal. We'll be on our way.
Alright. We're not gonna like this. You know what? There's supposed to be a door here, but they seem to miss that on the map. I think, unless it's a secret door or something. But no,
It's a secret.
there's a. Actually, no. He goes in. Oh, that's right. There's a door right there. I see. He goes into his room, and you don't really hear anything. And then out of the room comes him and Jolly, and Jolly's like, "I was just napping. What? You want to leave? Is this not for you?"
It's not for us.
We had said that we could provide you with men, and that was going to be what we could really provide. And it's menial labor we could get from anyone. If you really want our help, we can get you the mercenaries you require for repair.
Fine. I need unsavory mercenaries. Don't come here empty-handed. Get out of my sight. And he just walks away.
Right?
Which room did he come out of, by the way?
He came out of the same room the guy came out of. It was the top
Oh,
room.
okay. All right.
So is the big blue guy still there?
Yeah, he just kind of eyes you. He's like,
Oh, is he taller than me or no?
yeah, he's pretty tall. He's like 6 feet tall or something.
So he's shorter
6
than me.
How
By
tall
about
are
a
you?
head.
How tall are you? I don't know how tall you are.
6'7".
Jesus! Who is 6'7"? Okay. He's probably about as tall as you. I
Kenny
guess.
Rogers is 6'7".
He's a pretty tall guy. I don't know how tall these guys get to, offhand, but they're pretty tall. Big.
All right.
So, about as tall
So
as
I-
you. It's-
I look at him and I say, would you give our best to Herbert? We'll talk to him later.
in Holgard? Or whatever his name is. His name is like Holgard. God, it's the thing I hate about their names on here. So, or Holgar.
Olga.
Herbert was the guy who
Let you in.
signed the name to the bandits that was paying them.
Oh, okay. And he kind of is
I'm
like,
from town, man.
all right. Are you looking for a reaction from him or something, or?
Yes.
I am.
Okay. Can you roll perception?
I can do that.
You can give yourself inspiration for that, cause that's what you guys need to do. You're like shit like that, man. You guys
Well,
got
yeah.
clues. Use your damn clues. It's great.
So I will
Okay.
hand that off to
His eyes
Vhajjharma.
kind of his eyes kind of go up, and he's like, "What'd you say?"
Herbert. He's a good man. I appreciate him. I'll just tell him hi, and we'll be back to see him later.
Yeah, you definitely notice a weird reaction from him. He just
I'll
doesn't say
slap
anything.
him on the shoulder and say, you know, if you see or hear from Pike, let us know.
Wait a minute. As you like walk away, he's like, wait a minute. He grabs your shoulder and kind of turns you around. How do you know this Pike?
What do you mean, how do we know him?
Say you know Pike. How do you know him? Obviously you're letting on more than just simple merchants, eh?
Well, you know, we dabble in certain merchandise.
What kind?
There's a variety of merchandise that comes through on the docks. You know, wormwood along the river. People have different
Wormwood.
interests.
Wait, what about this wormwood? What do you know of Pike?
He's our halfling friend.
Indeed. How do you know him?
We've brought, you know, we've run into gentlemen that do trade with Pike.
Come, we'll have a talk. And then he brings you down to the kit. The table's all cleared and all clean, and he brings you down to the table, and he sits down with you at the table. And it's pretty empty. The sun has set, and there's a cool breeze coming in, and in the distance you hear thunder, which I don't have thunder, but wish I did. Thank you.
Wow.
We hear some thunder.
So realistic.
Yeah. Lightning spell, not quite thunder.
That's close.
Yeah,
We're really close, right?
Yeah, real close if you're in sci-fi world or something.
So, Urshnora wants us to follow him
Yeah,
into
no, he
the
comes
kitchen.
down and he brings you down to the kitchen table to talk. Where there's no one around.
All right. This could be interesting for a few moments.
Just the four of
And
us and him.
He grabs a thing of wine. So, and he gets some cups for you. Actually, 2 things of wine because there's a lot of people here. And he pours out wine. He's like, you know more than Jolliver thought, and I admit it's more than I thought. What is it? What is it you know, Pike? You trade with him?
Yeah, that's not really our thing specifically, but we run into gentlemen that do work with Pike off and on.
We tend to procure items rather than do direct trade ourselves.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch. I was breaking up. I'm sorry, man. Hate that.
We procure things. We don't make the direct trades. We're the people who find things.
Why is it Pike has never told me about you?
Maybe
We
you
like
want
work-
to get importance.
I'm sorry, it was breaking up.
We
What?
work up the chain.
Yeah, he just didn't want to reveal all of his sources to you.
How'd you find us?
Is it a secret? I mean, you do have a giant keep here.
He doesn't tell everyone where he sells to. And most certainly, coming in here, you would have at least spoke his name right away. What is it? What is it you're not telling me? That's what I'm wondering now. I brought you in here so nobody can listen, so perhaps you could tell me the truth.
There's the one you haven't told us either.
What? Speak up, I can't hear you. No, I actually couldn't hear you, so I'm sorry. It's like breaking up all weird. Are you using your phone? You should, if you got headphones, you should use that.
I was resetting my laptop because it was crapping out on.
Yeah. Goddamn laptop.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
I think when you're far away from it, it's hard to.
Hold on.
Echo.
There we go.
Echo. It does echo. It's cool. Anyways, so you guys are sitting there. You only have moonlight coming in, so it's pretty dark. There's only one candle lit at the table that he lit.
I'm saying I just don't think it's especially fair that you want to know so much from us. You didn't want to talk to us at all earlier, but now you want to know everything without giving anything in return.
Whose house are you in? You're in our house. Drink your wine.
Well, really, we were trying to leave. So.
What is it you're looking for? What is it you're really looking for? You don't come here, ask questions, and just leave. And start mentioning Pike on the way out. You've piqued my interest.
We're looking for a certain delegation that went missing.
Ah, the truth comes out then. You say delegation, huh?
Yes.
What about
very
this
important
delegation?
to me?
Where is this delegation going? What is it from?
They're coming to Red Larch for the. What is it?
Who is this delegation you're looking for? You said they're missing?
Yes, the Dwarven delegation.
They're 2 weeks late.
I've heard of them traveling through here.
We know that there's been a lot of interesting roadmen or people traveling along the trails north of here. We're just following the trail, trying to find our men.
Just, huh? So, these delegation, they're missing then. And that's what really you're searching for. Is it not?
That's really what we're searching for.
You could have just said that in the first place. It probably would get you a lot further than playing whatever game you're playing. And what is...
I think as you realize, sometimes you don't want to give up everything because you don't know who you're dealing with.
Who is this Pike? Who is Pike to you?
It's part of the puzzle.
The puzzle? Why is he part of the puzzle?
Yeah, we've run into a lot of different groups, a lot of different people on our travels.
Where'd you meet Pike?
When we were dealing with exotic animals.
Interesting.
He has a trade in those.
So you traded some exotic animals, you found Pike. Somehow you deducted, I doubt he told you, unless you had some other kind of magic, but somehow you deducted that he was delivering here. I would say any smart man could probably figure that out. So, tell me about this delegation you're looking for. What do they look like? What are their names? And where are they from?
We'll give them a little bit of the information.
What do you give them?
Dwarven delegation and where they originated from, and their final destination.
So, what do you tell them? You gotta tell me what you tell them.
Well, I can't remember specifically on where they start from.
You're gonna actually tell them. I don't know if you're gonna lie or what. They're from Mirabar. That's where. Yeah.
It's.
Do you give them
my
names?
My stepfather, my godfather from Mirabar is coming down to Red Larch, and they're 2 weeks late.
Your godfather was part of this delegation?
Yes.
What's his name? What's any of their names? If you want help, I don't know how I can
Grunderson.
help you. Grunderson. And he's traveling with these dwarves?
He is one of those dwarves.
So who else? What else was with them?
Vhajjharma is gonna roll insight to see if Malichor is being played.
What do you notice? Ugh. Damn map got stuck. Okay. No, she doesn't think so.
All right.
You can give yourself an Vhajjharma inspiration for that, because that's probably a good use for it.
That's a pretty good description of the delegation. Can you tell us now if
I know-
you have seen them?
I
or
know of
know
one.
them?
I know of one person. Do you know who is leading them?
I don't.
Do we know what? Who's meeting them?
Who is leading them? It would be what's his name?
The historian?
Yeah, and Grunderson. Both.
I don't know these people, so I know I don't know
Yeah.
any of these answers.
Yeah, I can't remember what the historian's name is.
Brendan Thor, or whatever his name is. I can look it up. Is there a delegation on here?
No, I think it starts with a D.
No, it's Brendan Thor or something. Brendan Thor. I don't know what it is right now. So, anyways, what's your background story? Things on here. Player notes, global guidelines, with. I don't freaking names. Nope, that's not it. Those are random names. Anyways, he's like Brendan Thor, something like that. We'll find it later. Just to make it go quicker.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Bolendenthor. He's the shield. He's the famous shield dwarf historian. He's the guy that Ben, you guys remember? You guys saved before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll say
And,
that name.
And you actually know names. Your grandfather told you names from this, and so that's him. Shit, I can't. So
Brolden. Totally should have modified those names to make them something we could pronounce.
I don't have time. There's so many names, I don't have time. Because then I have to change all the names I'd have to read through the whole thing and then edit the whole thing and change all those names. Otherwise, I'll forget who's who. So.
That's
And then there is a knight's body too that you know of his name that he was supposed to be brought to the slumber. Yeah, I don't remember. Some keep.
that I don't remember. Okay.
He's supposed to be brought. He's supposed to be brought to Summon Hall. I think the only one who would know is Malichor. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. I won't share all of this, but I'll give him a...
Those are the main ones, and then obviously they have like guards and all that stuff, carrying stuff. They're a pretty big troop, you know that. So those are the ones you would know.
So...
Randonthor is actually one of your father's friends, and he's a shield dwarf blacksmith from Mirabar, known smith.
Yep. So these are the...
Terracelli, as you know, is an elf. And then the other person you don't really know, but you just heard they're part of the Lord Alliance from Waterdeep.
So we're concerned that they're very late in their travels and that they may have been attacked or captured along the way. So if there is anything that you can tell us, I really want to know.
Well, delegations don't come out here much, but we do get word and wind. We heard of the delegation. I believe they're heading from north. Were they not? They're supposed to arrive in Waterdeep at some point, right?
Well, they should have been past Waterdeep by now.
Well then, perhaps you're looking in the wrong spot. Perhaps you should be looking more towards Waterdeep. I mean, we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. I don't see a delegation having any business here. And a delegation that you speak of, was it large?
We couldn't say for sure how many folks were traveling with the group.
You need help looking for these people.
Help would be appreciated.
Well, guess we could keep an eye out for your delegation. Is it worth anything to you?
Could be.
I don't know what kind of arrangement that would be, but I can talk to Jolly. If you wish to stay here for the night, you can. I can talk to Jolly and then... Or you can come back another time. But we don't have a deal until I talk to Jolly first.
In the spirit of being truthful, what's with the pigs?
The pigs. He just gets a big smirk on his face. Jolly, I'm not gonna believe this, but he doesn't eat pork. It's against his religion or something like that. He just kind of rolls his eyes. He refuses to eat pork. It's a joke around here.
What is his religion?
I don't really know. I have a different religion than any of you. So I don't even really know the outside religions. At least not very well.
Can I roll something to see if I think he's deceiving us?
Sure.
Would that be what? Insight?
Invite. Insight. So you think that he's perhaps partially not telling the truth and partially is.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
Best lies have a nugget of truth.
Uh-huh.
Well, in the spirit of goodwill and to solidify this agreement, we perhaps we'll stay here for the night.
I'll show you. Let's finish this wine. I'll show you to your rooms.
Great idea.
And tell me about your travels. Where are you from? He asks you, things like where you're from and all that kind of stuff. Why do you care about this delegation?
What I was paid to do.
Is that what you say? I mean, you could.
like,
This guy likes, these guys like money, obviously, so,
that's part of one of my character descriptions is I just plainly say things, so.
All right. Yeah, you should totally play your flaws. Like, you get more inspiration that way, so. Okay, because you say it, you do get inspiration. So you get inspiration in this one by, like, playing to your flaws, / good ideas. Those are pretty much how. But you can give away the inspiration too, because you already have one.
The delegation is very personal to me, as I was raised by several of the members in Mirabar.
Yes, you said your stepfather. Interesting.
After my tribe was slaughtered.
Your stepfather was this Grundison? Right? You told him his name, right? Because he won't know his name otherwise. So.
Yep.
I thought you said that. Interesting. I see why you'd want to find them. All right. Anyways, he gets ready. He's like, "Oh, when we go outside, you might hear some moans throughout the night."
We heard those on the way in.
We did. Well, you should know, there is a beast down by the water, inside the keep. It is tied up. Don't touch him.
Not for long. Oh.
He is one of the giant kin.
Oh. And why are you keeping him alive?
Great defense, right?
If he's tied up, how much defense could he possibly be?
When he's untied, what happens?
He attacks you.
That's why you should. That's why you should stay away from him.
Is that why you don't have any meat?
We don't eat giants. So, shall I show you to your rooms? Or do you need to know more information? Alright, so he goes, and when you go outside, you do hear some moaning and it sounds like crying. Now that you can place what these weird sounds are, that's what you kind of figure out. And he brings you to, if you go, let me go to the map, zoom out a bit. And then he brings you to this room here. He opens the door, and you can see a bunch of guys playing cards. And he says, "This is your room. You can sleep here. If you want to sleep outside," he kind of looks at you, Malichor. "You're free to sleep outside, but these are your rooms." And he points to some guys. He tells them to get a couple of the beds in the back for you guys. And in here there is probably about 9 people. You see the 2 women that were by
the dining hall earlier.
Yeah, they're in there. They're all playing a game of dice, and they seem to be not trading in coin, but they're actually trading in shells, like seashells and stuff like that. So and anyway, so 2 guys go get 2 beds. That's all they have extra, and another guy gets you blankets so you can sleep on the floor. Oh, actually, there's 4. So
I'll sleep on the
beds.
sleep on the floor.
Okay, but no one's sleeping yet, and
Well,
yours says like, they're staying the night. Make them feel welcome, and then he walks off. And then
somebody follow him.
What's that?
Vhajjharma's gonna wait.
Vhajjharma can message, so
I know. So
it'll come across as a spell, but it's not. It probably won't alert anyone.
All right. She'll message the group and say that she's looking for an affirmative on whether or not she should turn invisible and do some evening tracking.
That's a good question. You guys can answer in that's like a sentence.
I think
or
a great suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm doing some sneaking around myself once things get a little cold.
I feel like we all enjoy sneak at night.
Yeah.
Sneak at night. All right. You guys talk about the plan. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be right back.
To help facilitate this, I think Malichor will either game with the people here or see if anybody wants to, grapple for money.
Probably game, I would bet. I don't think you're many cooks that are going to want to tangle with the 6'7" guy.
Right.
I can just picture him walking up to all these tiny people going, "Who wants to wrestle?
Who wants to wrestle me?" I don't know how much longer I'm going to have, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
That's fair.
God. Shite to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
The kids aren't around, so I get to do laundry, clean the house, rake the lawn, get an oil change, make a lasagna,
You got it going on, man.
watch football. It's a basic day.
I get to go hang out with Dave Sofa and his daughter all day tomorrow.
Well, that'll be interesting. If you don't talk politics, I guess.
We actually are pretty good when we talk politics.
But
Reasonable and intelligent people.
you've got a lot more patience than I do for that. Even though I'm supposed to be some kind of natural diplomat and mediator, right? It doesn't always work.
Sure.
So I'm getting the feeling that each of us, well, the three sneakers will go out and gather intel in their own way for a little bit.
I think that's how it's going to go down.
I'm going to go cut that giant loose. That's what I'm going to do.
I thought about that too.
As soon as they're like, "Don't do this thing," they're like, "Do the what?" Okay.
Exactly.
I think it's hilarious that we're probably going to like roll up a bunch of stuff in like our beds to make it look like we're there.
Right.
Okay.
Nobody will
I
ever
mean,
know.
so you guys play some games, and you play. They're actually playing the game that one guy mentioned, the guy with the trump card. I forgot what it was. Can't remember the name I made up for it, but these guys call it Shell. It's basically the same game. And anyways, you guys are playing through the night. They're getting drunker, and the whole time you guys are messaging your plan, so that no one knows. So Vhajjharma just keeps messaging and relating the messages back and forth. And eventually people start passing out about 2 a.m. or so.
All right. Well, we don't even need to have a distraction from Malichor.
All right.
I mean, unless you want to do it earlier, but eventually everyone does sleep. So
Yeah, I might as well wait until the place is quiet.
all right. Two people did leave though. They said it's our turn to do guard duty.
I figured there'd be a watch of some kind.
Is there any information you guys want to try to get from them, or we can just have you do a roll to see what you find out or something, or what?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Who's gonna do it? Well, Vhajjharma's talking, so it had to be one of you three.
I have a high charisma. I'll do it.
No, me too.
I'm interested to know how these people like got here. Are they volunteers? Are they paid? What does that work?
Okay. Roll persuasion.
Persuasion. Here is my crystal blue.
I mean, you guys do spend some time on them, and they're getting drunk. So,
Yep.
okay. That's pretty good. How do they get paid? They get paid for the work they do. How do they get here? They all have different stories on how they got here. A lot of people. Some people were actually. One of them tells you they were actually in a cart going to. Two of them tell you they're in a cart going to Waterdeep for prosecution, but they escaped and they took them in. They got taken in here.
I like these people.
Yeah. Yeah. None of them are very savory people, you know, and they actually have a couple fights and stuff like that, like you know, fist fights break out. And they just watch them, you know, and they cheer on their favorite one. They start doing bets on them and stuff like that.
Malichor is gonna, during this information gathering, he's gonna chat up the two ladies with the shark tooth swords.
Okay.
He's very interested in how they use that weapon and how it works, where they're from, and how they found themselves working for such a interesting person as Jolly.
All right. They just kind of laugh at you and like, big man in the water would sink. That's what they tell you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are they
They're
human?
like, whatever, we don't have time for you.
No.
And then Kevril, you can try. We'll just do like one question each, just to.
I'd like to know if any of them have any knowledge of who the previous owners were here, or any of the history of the castle at all, the rumors or whatever.
Okay.
It's what, persuasion?
Yep.
Persuasion.
You actually rolled the best.
Because I'm awesome. I
You
make it
were
up for last time.
Yeah. Yeah, last play session was like a 1.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. Anyways, you wanted to know a little bit about the history of the place. There's one guy here, that he's been here for a long time, and he talks about how this place was known to be haunted, and when they got here, they only they only found there were like a few skeletons roaming the courtyard, but that was about it. It was pretty empty. So he's an older gentleman. He has somewhat greenish skin, and his name is Rish. He's a lanky gentleman, and his slightly greenish skin almost.
Half fishman. Okay. Cool.
I believe they prefer to be called Aquaman.
Oh, the Aqua.
Oh. Yeah, you find out from him he's actually what are they? They're because he rolled so high, so you can find out lots of stuff. He is one of the he calls them water people, but they have a name. They're the new races from. He's Gensei, I think. He tells you that they're
Sushi people.
they're blessed from the basically the water, basically. People blessed of the water, so essentially is what they are.
Awesome.
And you actually have a maybe more of a discussion with him. He says they're actually known to be the sons and daughters of genies that mate with humans.
Oh, they're Ganeshi or whatever you pronounce
Yep,
it. Yeah.
Ganeshi, yep.
Okay.
But of the water.
Hmm.
And that is actually why he is here. And he has a brother.
Hmm.
You've met his brother.
I have. It's Urshnora.
Indeed. He's a prick. This guy is jolly. He's actually pretty nice.
Hmm.
But you do see him cheat.
Yeah, well, he's an unsavory character, so I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind.
So, night falls. People are asleep. 2 people left. 2 people came in.
I'm going to excuse myself to use the privy, and then let the debauchery begin.
The privy is just outside, and they also have pans. Yeah, I mean you can go wherever you want. Are you gonna sneak out?
Everybody else is asleep besides us, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still gonna sneak out.
All right. Can you roll your sneak?
Right.
Sneaking.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Okay. You go outside. I'm gonna guess you guys all made a plan to go out. I don't know what your plan is. You probably shouldn't tell me. Just do your plan. Without telling me, it's probably better. That way.
Yep, Malichor is just gonna go out to take a piss.
Okay.
And then...
Are you sneaking out, or are you walking out?
Well, yeah, I don't know what my character is, so I'll just put him on there.
Yeah. Definitely put your character on the thing. You're in the right there in the middle. There's like all the beds and shit. Oh yeah, your guys' characters are way up there.
I'm gonna wait probably 15 or 20 minutes before or after they all eat, just to make sure everyone is soundly passed out before I take a sneak out.
What's Vhajjharma gonna do?
She's gonna do the same, but she and Malichor are gonna...
Is she just gonna cast invisibility and go?
After everybody's passed out?
Yeah, she can just cast it in her bed.
She'll lay down in the bed and cast it, but then she's gonna twin it and cast it on Malichor when he's outside.
When he's outside? Okay.
Yeah.
She has to be there to do it, so she'd have to be outside.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, so she's gonna go outside first then.
Well,
she can't cast it in the bed and then twin it. She has to go...
Oh, it has to be the same time?
Yeah, she's gotta see you.
Okay. That's fine.
She's gotta touch you or something like that, or see you. But she could just cast it before you went out, if you're gonna do that, you know?
That's fine.
Yeah,
I didn't know exactly how it worked.
Yeah, she would have cast it before you 2 went out, so you guys are out.
Okay.
No one would even fucking know, except for the mysterious door. You hear someone goes, "Bloody wind," and they get up and they go slam the door. Because it just kind of opened on its own twice. Or whatever it did, once, whatever you guys did. So you 3 are out. You got 15 minutes before Chuck. What do you want to do?
I'm wandering down towards the moaning, weeping giant. I want to see this thing.
Okay.
I don't know exactly where it is,
It's
but I'm
down there. You can see it. You can kind of see it from there. You have night vision, right?
Yep. 60 feet.
Okay. So this is double movement up those stairs, just to let you know, because it's, about twice the length. But you can go down the stairs and you see, I can probably just get, yeah, there it is. since I know how things go, let me delete everyone from here first, so it's not. I can probably just leave jelly. That's fine. It's easy to find, so I don't get confused on who's who in this bullshit. I'm gonna put the hill giant out. You can see him tied, all tied up with chains, and there is large poles in the ground that is embedded in the ground with like some kind of cement into the ground, and you can see chains that are all across his belly, his big fat belly, just gutting out from the chains. His arms are back, and he's sleeping right now.
So he's held in like a.
He's sleeping. His eyes are rolled back in his head. His eyes are barely closed, and his tongue is out, and you can see this massive slob coming down. He is. So he's probably. He's a pretty large hill giant. He's about 12 feet tall, the hill giants are usually around 10, so he's larger than usual.
He's a big boy. So yeah. He's chained there. Is there like a giant lock on the chain? Like how is he held? And he's not welded there permanently. So how do the chains become? How do they get removed?
There are they're welded there. I mean, I guess they don't have welding, right? Well, no, would they have welding?
No, they do. But how does it?
They're definitely the chains are perfectly. So the big poles are probably made of metal or something like that, and they have a hole in it, and the chains are perfectly around the pole.
Okay. So how would you release the thing from it? Is there
from here you can't see any lock. You might have to get closer to take a better look.
All right, I'm gonna move.
Let me show the whole courtyard.
Okay.
Oops. You guys get a better view of everything going on. There is this boat is not here. The big boat there.
Okay.
So it's just in the picture, but this one's not here right now. Landing. Let me read it. The keep's eastern wall juts out into the river, forming a good-sized basin in which a couple of keel boats float, or actually one keel boat float. A wide gap in the southwest wall provides access to the river, although it is blocked by a heavy chain. A 20-foot tall bluff of rock and earth separates the landing and nearby tower from the rest of the castle grounds. To the north, a wide stream flows out of a cave mouth into the boat basin. An iron gate blocks access. So that's the iron gate. That's where's my arrow? There it is.
Yep.
Fuck. I'm in map mode. So the iron gate is where the arrow is now. That's where I'm talking about.
So there's current coming from there. You said it was a stream?
Yeah. The wide stream flows out of the cave.
All right.
And you can hear it from there, and you can see it from this position, and you can see the hill giant just snoring and muttering to himself every once in a while. What do you guys do?
I'd like to get closer and see if I can see how the giant is manacled or locked to the chain.
All right, move your guy.
Can I make it around the building here, like on that corner? Can I see it from there, or do I need to get closer than that?
You need to get closer.
All right. I can sneak down here then.
You gonna go down the cave or the cliff, or
on the steps there?
Okay.
Down the steps.
All right. You go down the steps. Do you guys follow? Or are you guys staying up there?
I'm staying up here.
Okay. When you can move yourself up to the giant. What was your sneak roll? Do you have one?
I rolled in the tower. I don't know.
I'll find it. Because you wouldn't know, because Insight. Oh, there it is. Okay, as you creep up closer, you hear the giant. He wakes up. He kind of looks around. He's awake. He obviously heard you.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That's what happens when you roll low, yo.
They didn't kick a bottle or something, but
Yeah. I mean, you weren't being that quiet. You creaked on some stones or something. Basically, the way stealth work is you use that roll until you do an action, pretty much. So.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you tripped on a bottle. That's how
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Kick the bottle.
There was the bottle that you seen up in the catwalk was down here now.
Hold on here, yeah.
Yeah. Broken at your feet.
So, can I see how the giant is manacled or chained or whatever? How is he held in place?
All right, you can without getting closer, you can make a perception check. If you get close enough, you can just tell. But
I'm not getting any closer.
From what you gather, you think that it's on these poles. The chain is actually, it's like these poles and chain were made together in a blacksmith shop or something. You don't know, but that's what you can see. You don't see any like tie or anything like that. There is extra chain on the other end. So the chain is around it's like a needle. So the chain end is around the needle head, or in this case the pole, and then there's even extra chain. It's like if you're to tie a knot, they have the extra on the end. That's almost what it's like. It's on him. It's pretty much strapped in his flesh. You can see what looks like probably dried blood around by where the chains are hitting him and stuff.
He might just be given flack,
right,
or slack to protect the landing.
Right. Huh. Okay. And those, you said the poles, the metal poles or whatever they they're in the ground, but it's not just the ground. It looks like there's some kind of concrete or something around them as well.
Yeah, it looks like they were made into concrete in the ground, so they have better hold. Like someone dug a hole, put concrete, put a fucking pole in it.
Yeah.
Kind of shit. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
There's a total of 8 of them holding him down.
That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he is a hill giant, so you wouldn't expect anything less.
It could cause some mayhem. I could dig up those poles. It'd be fun.
Your spell would allow you to do that in no time.
I know. That's why I think it'd be funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we want to do that yet.
I mean, it does take one action every time you use it. So if you're in combat, it will be time. But right now, no time.
Yeah.
So Malichor and Vhajjharma goes over there. What are you guys doing?
We're going to go out in the landing here to see what's closer to the edge of the river.
There's not. Okay. The river. There isn't much that you see, other than you get a nice night view of the river. You can hear the desert and river just rushing on by.
All right. There's not a lot of light over here for the cave either, is there?
I mean, there's only the moonlight that is out. There is a storm in the distance, that's north of here. That must have been kind of close, but blew over.
Yeah. Well,
and as you're standing here, all of a sudden there's this weird warm breeze of air that comes by.
From the tower.
No, it's coming from the east, off of the water, which is really weird.
Yeah. All right, we'll backtrack, but we'll keep it in mind, and then we'll let the guys know.
Okay, and one last thing you guys do before the 15 minutes up. Anything else? So that Criella can come out here.
No,
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna have to go to bed here pretty quick. I've been up since 6.
Okay.
So
We can.
I don't want to be a party pooper, but
Criella.
No,
Okay, Criella comes out. What do you want to do, Criella?
I'm gonna fly into the
We'll
roof.
give Criella an action, then we'll end it.
That's-
What's that?
good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Okay.
fly up on the roof, and I want to surveil the rooftops and the balconies and gangways and towers.
These are
See
very
what's
good
going on.
choices. I am gonna put some of the guys that are here. There are. I guess it wouldn't be in the back there. Okay. So I put some guys on the. If you zoom out, I put some dudes on the tower. But there are 2 to each wall.
Okay.
I didn't have enough, but that's about where they're at. And the one on the north wall, one guy's sleeping and the other one's not. The one on the south wall is a man and woman, and they're fucking.
All right.
Doggy style, actually.
Thank you.
Nice.
Health and precision. I would like to look into the
these
2
others too.
towers to the south, looking through any windows or arrow slits that I
Alright,
see.
which one first?
The one on the west side, southwest.
Okay. Top level or bottom level?
I'm starting at the top and then heading down.
Are you doing it sneakily?
Oh yes.
Please roll your sneak roll. Sneakily. Sneakilies.
And I'm prepared to use my inspiration if need be.
You seem fairly quiet. It's not the best. If you would want to use it, it's up to you.
I'll go ahead and use it and try again. I just
Okay.
want to be extra sure.
It's not the best for you, let's just say. You reposition yourself, and you
Rip on a glass bottle.
we'll find out. We'll find out what happens to you. I gotta get a different map though. Oh, do they have all these separate? Oh. There it is. So actually, the gatehouse is only on the 2nd floor. So you peek. I'm gonna assume you just peek in all the windows here. So I'm just gonna reveal the map to you.
Okay.
And I'm gonna imagine you're gonna tell them all, so everyone's on it. I could have just did it to you, but I forgot. So basically, you see the winch, the wheels to bring up the
Portcullis.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll probably unlock the door, and then you see some murder holes in there, which are like, you know, where you'd throw oil and that kind of thing. And then you see 3 or 2 people sleeping here.
Huh? Place seems well fortified. I'm really wondering how these ragtag people manage.
There's definitely a chest. There's chests by their bed. In there.
I'm not gonna go poking around just yet.
And then the other one, I think, is only 1 floor because the top floor is ruined. And that's the one they're repairing. So I'm just going to reveal that whole bottom floor. And in this one, there are 2 3 people sleeping. One person is awake. They're playing a card game on the windowsill, or on the back, the one facing the water. The arrow slit. They're just playing some kind of card game. There. They don't seem to notice you as you poke your head in. But you see 3 beds there. And the guy playing the card game, I'm sorry, one of the guys sleeping here is the big guy that was in the brackets, or the tall, skinny guy, greenish guy. Greesh. He's in here. And you can see there's a wrench, like chain mechanism to open the gate for the water.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Well, you can assume, because what else would it be for? Plus the map shows you.
Right. All right. Well, let's continue our recon.
You can check out the other one if you want.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do this in a counterclockwise manner and see what I can see.
This is a single tower, and inside, you see creatures that look like. I will just give you that image, so only you can see it. That look like that.
Oh.
Oh, there's no identity on it. Shit.
Let him out. Let him out.
Why don't they have identity on the maps? Must have got turned off. Oh, because I haven't played this one. Oh no, it's on. I don't know.
Oh,
wasn't on
that's isolated wing too. Except for that one door.
Yeah, which I imagine is probably locked.
And they too have a chest in there. You look in the windows of this place. This place is indeed a church. And there are people sleeping in here in like beds in the pews. You see that one lady in there with the staff, and 2 other guys are sleeping.
Okay.
And one of them, 2 of them are cuddling. So the girl and the guy. And then you go and look. You look in this room here. And this room, you can see the kitchen. Some of the kitchen staff is in there. This bottom one here, you see one person sleeping in one of the beds. And then, for shits and giggles, since this has a window, you look in that room. And this room, this is the bathhouse, which you guys would know that. So they would have told you that anyways. And on the 2nd floor of the big wing, we'll finish this up so you guys know what it is, because you'll just forget anyways, and I'll have to tell you again anyways. We should have just quit it, because I forgot about that. I always forget. 2nd floor. Where's... yeah, there's this... Gatehouse? No, it's not gatehouse. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so you can look in all the windows here, so I'm just gonna reveal this. In here, you can see Jolly sleeping. His bed is in pieces. He is in a pile of what looks like dirt and hay and weird shit by where his bed was. It looks like it's in pieces. It's just a mess. This whole place is a mess. You can see a lot of scrapes, and you can see a pile of bones over in the north corner. And there is no bones there. This room is a library. You see Uthna sleeping there, or whatever, Ushuna, or whatever his name is. And here you see some more people in the weirder armor with the weird swords are sleeping in here. And
Jolly's room doesn't have a door, does it?
it does not have a door.
That's fascinating.
Yes. I was like, where's the door? Oh shit, that's right. It doesn't have a door. I forgot. So we'll just reveal the. Actually, I'll just get rid of the map because we don't need it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it. We can end play here.
Haunted indeed.
Yes. I'm
You guys
beginning to
are-
understand now how they overtook a keep full of fire wizards.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this is probably a good place to stop, and then we'll come back and
Die. Right.
die.
I don't
We
know
let
about
everybody
that.
down by not
So-
dying.
Everyone, I have to say I've watched this adventure online, and so a lot of my stuff is different, but more in the later parts, you know, it becomes very different. But I've watched this online, and then I had players play it, so everyone approaches a little bit different.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you after it's safe what people did for things, but I won't tell you now.
Okay.
Fun.
Yeah. So like if you're like this is definitely a really good for stealthy characters, but not it can be any type, whatever you want really, but
Yeah. Hey, the night is young.
yeah. And it's a very sort of deep adventure. It's pretty interesting. And eventually I'll tell you what it is, but I don't really want to tell you to tip you off, so.
All right.
Cool.
And
Thanks,
you guys had
guys.
fun. We're playing
Yeah.
Scoundrels tomorrow if you want to play, Charles. No, you can't. That's right.
Yeah, and I have a birthday party late, so no matter what, I wouldn't be able to.
Cool. All right, guys.
I'll let you guys know.
All right, sounds good.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be
Take it
awesome.
easy, fellas.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Talk to you. See ya.
Bye. So how's your campaign going, Charles?
I haven't had a chance to play because everybody has been too busy. So next
Oh,
Saturday is our second session.
Oh, cool. It's so hard when you get older to find the time for everyone to play and shit. It's so hard. So
Yeah.
you have to do it like a set day. That's the only way. Even
Well,
then.
we managed to decide it was the best thing for everybody was like a Saturday or Sunday morning because who does anything in the morning?
Yeah.
So now I'm just gonna kind of lock everybody down into at least once a month.
Yeah. It's better if you play in the morning because everyone's fresh. People will play better. It's so much better when players are fresh because they'll think about it like they'll lead your story for you. You know, you just have to play all the characters and the basic stuff in there and all that shit. So it's much.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to us getting to the point in the campaign that's kind of already written because since I've written the prologue myself and it's a investigative like track down the kidnapping sort of thing,
Oh
which
yeah.
is so many clues.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I just closed out. Were you in it? Were you working in it?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I can open it back up, but it's
Nope.
it's out.
Is all good.
Cool.
All right.
Man.
I'm gonna go turn myself.
Yeah. I'll
in.
see you next time. Later, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, bye everyone. Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff. See ya.